One comment, 15 seconds. That's all it took to set off one of the biggest online firestorms BTS has faced this year. A woman with over 1 million followers looked straight into her phone and called BTS something no one expected. What happened in the hours after? Even she never saw it coming. On July 19th, 2026, BTS did something no K-pop group had ever done before. They stepped onto the biggest stage in world sports, the halftime show of the FIFA World Cup Final. Millions watched. Madonna was there, Shakira was there, Justin Bieber was there, and for 11 unforgettable minutes, BTS performed Dynamite in front of a global audience unlike anything they'd faced before. It should have been a moment of pure celebration. But just minutes after they walked off that stage, one woman's phone lit up with a message that would change the story completely. Chapter 1. The Comment. Her name is Pietra Bertolazzi, a Brazilian influencer, a former DJ, a conservative commentator with more than 1 million followers, known for talking about religion, politics, and traditional family values. And within minutes of BTS finishing their performance, she opened Instagram. She posted a story, and in it, she described the members of BTS as completely feminine and vain men. She went further, saying she was shocked that men who look and pose this way were being treated as role models for an entire generation. She even added that she didn't know their names and didn't want to know them. For most viewers, this might have scrolled by unnoticed. But this was BTS. And BTS has one of the most active, most passionate fan bases on the entire internet. But the story didn't end there. Chapter 2. The Backlash. Almost instantly, ARMY, the name for BTS's global fandom, began sharing screenshots of her post. Translations spread across X, Instagram, and TikTok within the hour. Fans didn't just see this as harsh criticism of a performance. They saw it as something deeper. Language that mocked the group's appearance and gender expression. Language many called homophobic and xenophobic. And it wasn't only BTS fans who pushed back. Brazilian internet users, people with no connection to K-pop at all, also spoke up. Many said there's a difference between disliking someone's music and mocking how they look and express themselves. The pressure built so quickly that Bertolazzi deleted the reels she had posted. But here's the thing. The story that remained on her profile stayed up, and by then, it was already too late to undo what had spread. However, the biggest revelation was still to come. Chapter 3. The Twist Nobody Expected. Just days later, a second headline broke, and this one flipped the entire narrative. Bertolazzi announced she was stepping away from social media completely. She said her personal information had allegedly been leaked, and that it had been used, without her consent, to sign her up for services she never asked for. She claims this was retaliation from members of the BTS fandom, upset over her comments. Now, it's important to slow down here, because this part of the story is not confirmed the same way the original post is. The leaking and misuse of her data is an allegation, something she has claimed happened to her, not something independently verified in court or by an official investigation. No group and no verified individual has been confirmed as responsible. But true or not, the claim itself changed the entire conversation. Because now, this wasn't just a story about one influencer's comments anymore. It became a story about consequences, about where the line is between holding someone accountable and going too far. Some people online said Bertolazzi brought this entirely on herself with hateful language. Others, including people who had no sympathy for her original comments, said that leaking someone's private data, if true, crosses into something far more serious than any online post ever could. Fans soon noticed another surprising detail. This wasn't the first time BTS has faced this kind of criticism. Commentators overseas have made similar remarks about the group's appearance before, but rarely has the response escalated this far, this fast. Chapter 4. 2 controversies, 1 story. So now, there are really 2 questions being asked online. The first, were Bertolazzi's comments simply an opinion about a performance, or something more harmful, aimed at a group's identity and background? The second, if fans really were behind the alleged leak of her personal information, does that cross a line that can't be defended, no matter how offensive the original comment was? Neither BTS nor their agency has publicly commented on the situation, and as of now, there's no confirmed identity behind the alleged data leak. It remains, for now, an allegation and a claim, not a proven fact. What we do know for certain is this: Pietra Bertolazzi's Instagram is now private, and a moment that started with 11 minutes on a world stage ended with 2 very different stories about consequences. BTS stepped onto the biggest stage in sports to share their music with the entire world. What followed wasn't about the performance anymore. It became a much bigger conversation about respect, identity, and how far is too far when defending the people you care about. Whatever side of this story you land on, one thing is clear. In today's world, a single post can travel across borders and languages in minutes, and once it does, there's no controlling where the story goes next. So here's a question for you. Where do you think the line should be drawn between criticizing a public performance and crossing into something more personal? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary from Zankpop, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our next story.